Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I didn't really have a video planned for this weekend, so what I thought I might do is to just tell you a little bit about some stuff happening behind the scenes and to catch you up on that, so you have an idea what's going to be coming out in the next few weeks maybe, and the changes to the channel as well. Nothing bad here, all good. So I think we might get started with the first item, which is an interview that I had with John, of Cortex Pascals a few nights ago. So we chatted about the motivation behind developing this bit of software. And in fact, if you're not familiar with what Cortex Pascal is, basically it takes Object Pascal code and converts that or compiles that into JavaScript code, which can basically run anywhere, sort of thing. So if you write web development, or you're doing server-side stuff, or backend, there's many spaces in which Cortex Pascal can be used, and there are some spaces in which even John was surprised where it has been utilized. So and of course, like I said, we spoke about some of the challenges he faced in developing it. So hopefully that is something that you'll have a look at and get behind, because it's a very interesting space to be in myself. So anyway, there's that one. The next topic is that, yes, we also had a chat with Jim McKeeth. He is, as you would be familiar with, from his days at Embarcadero, is that he's been a manager, software developer, programmer. He's been everything. So, but there's one topic that we don't obviously talk about enough, and that is the human side of software development. So, we will spend lots of time thinking about the syntax, punching out code on our keyboards, or we're using AI today, say maybe, but we will rarely think about or talk about the person who is behind the keyboard. So this is a topic which is important for both of us, and because software is also it's just as much an art as it is a science, in problem solving. And how we handle the pressure and changes in the industry, whether that's the the constant evolution of frameworks, new languages, etc., expectations. So we're going to be talking about all of those sorts of things, and it will be an ongoing series. So, and also we've got a little challenge at the end for both of us, if not for you. So stick around for that one. It may be broken up into a couple of videos, but we'll see how we go with that one. Number 3 is, okay, so this is about my channel here. I now have memberships which you can purchase, if you want to call it that, for lack of a better word, which give you certain entitlements or perks. And so we've got 3 tiers, we'll call it, or 3 levels, where we've got the short black, which is if you just want to say you just want to support the work that I'm doing here, through to a full roast, where you're going to be given access to articles and other source code, and other member polls. But also there will be I am going to be developing an application for my daughter, who is a wedding planner, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. So some content then will become members only, and that's only because some videos will be 10 minutes, some might be an hour or 2, and it depends on what you want to see. So if you found what I've done to be helpful for you, or has assisted you, and you would like to become part of an inner circle, then hit that join button, which should be somewhere down about there on your screen underneath this video here. So yeah, there's that one. Memberships are available now if you want to support me in that way. So just going into this wedding planner app idea a little more, she wants something that's custom made or custom built, and you know, yes, there are a couple off the shelf there that you could purchase, or they have like a monthly rental fee. And but what we're going to do is to write this particular application with Delphi, and we are going to be using Web Stencils for that. So it will be an ongoing series because it's going to be multi-user, multi-client, or multi-client in terms of her being able to put information in, and the her couple will be able to use the same software as well. We've got vendors to think about, we've got RSVP lists, and so on. So it's a complete application that will be developed with Web Stencils, and how much of that becomes member only versus what I put out for the rest of the world. I'm not quite sure yet, but now this last option, what we're going to have a look at here are some comments that have been left on videos. So, and I will just answer them in person here. Didn't understand. I wonder if I can make that bigger. Yeah, it's not going to work. Okay, I'll read it out. I didn't understand the discussion of const in the parameter list of a function. I always thought it was the default behavior if you didn't specify var. Well, basically I'm not saying that there is or isn't a default, but I'm not going to say that I would never trust or use trust defaults in that particular way. Okay, so what we're going to do here is to go back into Lazarus now. Okay, so if we have I'm just going to make a procedure here. So let's okay, let's just kind of go through, I guess, procedure foo, and now there are 4 types of specifiers. Are they specifier? Yeah. That you can use to to define what type of parameter it is. So if we can use either no parameter, in which case it will be passed by value. We can then either use a var or a const or a out ref in Pascal as well. And each of these have different meanings. So what I might do also is I'm going to go to another window here and see if I can find me a reference on the free Pascal wiki that I can put into the comments below as well, just to give some additional information. So there are, like I said, these specifiers or keywords that provide further information to the compiler about the variable. So if we were to, and I'm going to just put in a variable here for the moment. Let's go, what have I done there? Okay, so let's move all of those out of there and put that there. So now let's go here and we'll say var s is a string, and here we can then say hello, and we can then call foo on what's happened here, and now what we can also do here is write line okay. So here we're now going to say a equals world, and now what we will do is we'll add another right line here in. Now why don't we actually go one step further, a equals a plus. So if we were to build this program now, that should be a. I'll need to get a little terminal window happening here, so just bear with me on that one. Okay, so what we can do now is to change to that folder, testing ls, okay, var demo. And here you can see that when it starts with the word hello, when we go into it, you can see that it says hello. We've added on world, and you get hello world, fine. But when we exit from that procedure and we get back into the main function, it reverts back to the previous value, which was just hello. So that's what happens if you were to not say anything about the type itself. Now if we were to now change this to a var parameter and we build it again, okay, that's worked, and we now go into over here and we run it again. Well, this time you can see that it came in with the world hello, world gets added in, and afterwards we get the same result, being hello world as the answer. If we were to make it a const parameter though, and you can see what's going to happen here, it's going to tell us that we can't change the value. Why? Because const says that the value of a cannot be changed. Why? Because it is a const variable. If you did want to make a change to it, then you'd need to have some other variables that you could append. You could have to say something like a2 or a copy is assigned a incoming parameter plus world. So you'd have to do it that way. Now if you were to write make it into an out parameter, then what you are going to what you are saying to the compiler is that you are guaranteeing that this particular procedure will send back a value in a that, for lack of a better word, makes sense to the program, whatever that might be. So, and again, if we were to build this one here and run it again, okay, so it doesn't care what's coming. It doesn't really care what's coming in. So when you are using an out parameter, in this particular case here, you can see that it disregards what's coming in. And in actual fact, you get a warning here that says variable a of a managed type does not seem to be initialized. Luckily, we've just got nothing in this, but you can see that the value afterwards is now the value from this particular procedure here. Now, if we were to make it into a Constref here again, and let's see what this will do. Build. It's not going to build because you can't assign a value to a const variable again. Okay, so that's about it for this video. We've got some videos coming up, more programming stuff coming up. If you want to become a member of my channel, have a think about that one. It will just allow me to beef up my the quality of my videos. If you have any questions, things you'd like me to do next, please let me know. I'm only an email away, or you can send me a message somehow. So until next time, happy coding, and I'll see you on the other side, and bye.